Hey everyone, how are you all doing today? Today I wanted to talk about my first YouTube experiences. Today is June 10th, 2013, which actually has no real significance at all. I'm not sure why I said the date, but it is close to next month, which is July 13th, 2006, the anniversary of my channel's birthday, whatever you want to call it. It will be 7 years that I've been on this site next month, so that is pretty special to me. It means a lot because this site really made me realize what I want to do in life. I want to be an entertainer, I want to spread positivity, and I want to make the world a better place, and hopefully I can do that through video making and YouTube. But this site really showed me that. It showed me morals, it showed me how to create. It really showed me that I could push my creativity and put it to a whole nother level and pretty much experience it with the world and show it off to the world and kind of connect with people I would never be able to connect with. So YouTube has done a lot for me, but I wanted to take this time and reflect about the first memories I have on this site. So let's get right into it. First, I want to talk about making your own channel. Now, back in the day, it was so easy to make your own channel. You would literally just put your username, you put your password, you would make an account. I think you had to hook up an email probably, and there you go. You had your channel, you had your own page, your URL was the same as what your username was. Everything was good. Nowadays, you have to give up your firstborn just to change your URL to something okay or not your full name. You have to make a Google Plus account for some unknown reason. You have to sign up to this newsletter. You have to confirm this email. You have to link it to this thing. You link all your Twitter and Facebook things. I don't even know how to make a bio anymore. You have to make a trailer for your channel for people who aren't subscribed to you. You don't even know where the channel comments are. It's just all hectic and no one knows where anything is anymore. They changed the layout like 900 times since I started. And back in the day, I actually loved the channel. I think it was awesome. You had a basic background. You had your channel comments right on the bottom right hand of the screen, so people actually commented on people's channels and were like, hey, keep up the good videos, I love all of your videos, I'm glad I subscribed. And then you would reply to them or go to their channel and comment on their channel and say, thanks man, I really appreciate that. Kind of like MySpace. But nowadays no one comments on your channel. I don't think anyone comments on anyone's channel because one, they can't find it, two, they don't know what it would do, and three, why comment on that when you can comment on their recent video? So I'm not really sure why no one comments on channels anymore. Well, I kind of do, but that was a thing back in the day, believe it or not. People did comment on people's channels. They would spam it. They would be like, best videos ever, you guys are the greatest, this is the best channel ever, and people would do that. But nowadays you don't see that very often. Also, I don't even know if you can make a background anymore now that the YouTube layout's like embedded into the channel. It's not even like your own channel, it's just a part of YouTube now. I don't understand how it works. I like the concept of having a background and having all of these things. Now you can just have like a concept art or something behind your banner, or I don't even know how it works, to be honest, because it's just so confusing. Back in the day, you just had to set up a background and you were good, and it was just your whole tiled background behind your page, and that's all you had. And then you had to set your transparency, and you could see all behind it and see all your fonts and stuff. You just picked basic things, and it was very simple. So I would say that the transformation from back in the day to now is it went from simple to more complicated. I guess there's more features now than there was earlier, but I like the simplicity of the earliness of YouTube. But that's pretty much the channel run through. I think it was a lot easier and cleaner back in the day. Now there's more features, but it's more complicated. So whatever you think from that, if you like the more complicated version better than the simplicity, to each his own. So that's what I have to say about the channels. Now, for actually making videos, I remember when I first made my account, I was like, wow, what kind of videos am I going to make? I want to make RuneScape videos, I know that for a fact, but what am I going to do? And actually, how do I even make videos? Because when I made my YouTube channel, I had no idea how to make a video. I know I had Windows Movie Maker on my computer, but I didn't know how to record RuneScape. So I did a little research on Google, I did a little research through friends, and I found out Hypercam, and I downloaded that, and that's what I started with. I remember it was such a rigorous process on learning how to use Hypercam, and then how to edit on Windows Movie Maker. There was no tutorials back in the day on YouTube, so you couldn't really use that as a lifeline. I had to teach myself how to edit, I had to teach myself how to film, so I did all of that on my own, and it was just a giant process that I'll never forget me going through, because it was so stressful. I was like, wow, what's going on? What's this button do? Holy crap, there's so many features. I was just blown away by all of the stuff, so it was a big process for me, and it was really a stressful thing because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I was doing it right. I didn't know if it was good content in my eyes, I guess. I was 12 or 13 years old, so I really had no clue in the world at all about anything. But basically, I figured it out, and my first video ever on my channel was a PKing video for my Pure. Now, that sounds so ridiculous, and if you didn't know that about my channel, well, there's a little fun fact. My first video was not a RuneScape music video. but that was my second video. My first video ever was a PKing video for my Pure. It was just a crappy Edgeville PKing thing, no commentary, just music, back when there was no copyright claims, which I'll get into after, but it was just a simple PK kind of montage, and it was really crappy clips, pretty crappy kills, really low level. It was just nothing really good, but I did put it out there, very minimal effects. It was just a thrown together montage as my first video, and it did alright. It got like 300 views or something, which back in the day was awesome. I had no subscribers, so it was just friends who viewed it, but it was still cool to have like that many views. Anyways, my second video ever was my all around the world RSMV, which was my first RSMV ever, and that's what really got it started for me. I kind of found something I really enjoyed doing. I wanted to make RuneScape music videos after seeing the video of the guy dancing to We're Not Gonna Take It in full bronze, and I knew I wanted to do something like that but with words, so I decided to just start making music videos because not many people did it back in the day. I think I was the third person ever to make RuneScape music videos, and I just kind of got known for doing that because I put them out frequently and I got better with each video. So it was just a giant process, and I found what I love to do, and I got into it and I learned more about it and I got better at it, and then I had more support as I went along. Now, another thing I would like to say is one of my first memories is I actually messaged FatWrecked, who was the first video maker I kind of messaged that made RuneScape videos. So quick rest in peace to Ashley. I hope you're doing well in heaven, man. Anyways, I messaged him way back in the day. I was 13, and he had the coolest YouTube background ever. It was just a bunch of tiles of him doing cool things in RuneScape or doing emotes or whatever, and it was so cool. And I messaged him. I said, hey man, I'm a new YouTube video maker for RuneScape, and I really want to have a background like yours. Can you teach me how to make it, or can you make me one, please? So I sent him that message, and the next day or two, I think it was like 2 days to respond, because it was like, oh, he's not going to reply. He's got 1,000 subscribers. Why would he reply to me? I have like 45 or 50. And he replied back to me and he was like, hey man, it's really easy to do it. All you have to do is have paint and take a few screenshots and you patch them together. Here's all the coordinates. There you go. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. Thank you so much. And we became friends through that. And he helped me with videos in the future. I helped him with videos in the future. And it was a great friendship, and rest in peace to him. But that was definitely one of my first memories of people in the community. It was just such a nice open environment because it was so close knit. And that's when I really realized that the YouTube RuneScape community was a thing, because I was there at the start of it, but it wasn't actually a community. But then everyone started talking to each other. Everyone became friends, and it was just so close knit that it was just like a family. And that's why it was so great, and that was like the golden age of RuneScape videos, because everyone helped each other. Everyone wanted to be in each other's videos. Everyone wanted to be in each other's projects. Nowadays, there's so many video makers that it's hard to get to know every single one of them. The small ones, the big channels, the whatever you want to call it. It's so hard to just navigate around and get to know other people. But I would still love to do that, and I still try to talk to everyone who ever messages me or asks me to be in a video or whatever it may be. I always try to bring that old kind of RuneScape YouTube community feel to it. I'm still an old timer, so I do it that way. But it's just much different community-wise. And then also with the whole copyright situation with music, back in the day you can upload a video with music in it and no problems would arise. There would be no copyright claims, there would be no problems. But also back in the day there was no partnership or YouTube money or anything like that. So I kind of understand the copyright claims now, because you can be using other people's songs for your own profits, so that's not good. So I understand kind of why there is a copyright claim, but everyone knows that was like a giant era in YouTube at like 2008 or 2009 when the copyright claim first came out, and everyone was like, what the hell is this? Why is my video muted? What is going on? So everyone was kind of confused by that, but I kind of understand it now that I'm 20 years old and looking back at it. So okay, YouTube, you kind of won that one. But the last thing I wanted to move on into was the videos that I watched from when I started YouTube. Now, there was not many RuneScape videos out, so I would pretty much watch any RuneScape video that came out. Some honorable ones that I'll mention was definitely Slade, aka Kevin, who's my good friend Kevin. He made awesome RSMVs as well. I think he was the second person to make RSMVs, XGen being the first, and he made an RSMV to Domo Arigato Mr. Roboto, Robot, whatever you want to call it. I forget the exact name of the song, so don't hurt me. But it was the Domo Arigato Mr. Roboto song, so I'm pretty sure it was just Mr. Roboto. But he made an RSMV to that song, and it was just so awesome because he portrayed bots, and then he just made his characters, and it just went along so well, and it was so awesome. So I loved that video. That was definitely one RuneScape video that I'll remember watching at the very beginning of YouTube. Then also some other videos like back, just non-RuneScape related, was definitely the Ultimate Showdown song that was on E-Bomb's World and also on YouTube. The Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny. That is such a throwback song. If you throw that on, I'll know all the lyrics and I'm singing along to it. Definitely a good memory. Also, the muffins video where the guy has a bunch of muffins. He's like, blueberry, raspberry, and he's just like, blood flavor. And it was just so weird, and it was just so awesome. And then, like, Niga Higa videos, like the really early ones. And it was just cool stuff, like how to be emo, how to be ninja, how to be all these things. So, those are the kind of videos I kind of grew up on. Because nowadays, people are growing up on the epic rap battles of history, which is also one of my favorite YouTube series of all times. That's why I made a RuneScape version of it. I just love all of the stuff out now as well as all of the throwback stuff back then. And I think content is getting better quality wise and definitely better production wise. But you can't beat the classics. That's my opinion. I think that the original YouTube videos, the original comedy, the original, I guess, series are just so great. I mean, nowadays kids grow up on, like I said, epic rap battles of history. I guess they grow up on SourceFeed and BuzzFeed and I guess Ray William Johnson, PewDiePie. I mean, they have a lot of options. I mean, you have more Smosh videos now. I mean, Smosh was way back in the day as well. They had Fred back in the day. Nowadays, you don't have that kind of Fred figure. So it's really different. Epic Mealtime also that they grow up on. So there's a lot of different series that weren't back in the day that now kids follow and grow up on. So it's a shame that they don't know the real classics. So hopefully if you haven't seen the videos I mentioned, the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny or the Muffins or any of the early Niga Higa videos, go check those out because those are gems. They are amazing. But that's really what I want to talk about with YouTube is those are my first YouTube memories. The messages to Fat Wrecked, the channel layouts, the channel comments, the having parties when you hit a certain amount of subscribers, having these get-togethers and stuff, and all of the old videos I watched, how easy it was to make an account. And it's just all of these memories that kind of make me who I am with YouTube, and I can just relate so much because I was pretty much there at the beginning of the birth of YouTube, and even though I was 12 or 13, I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember finding the site and wanting to make videos for it and learning all of the things such as Windows Movie Maker and Hypercam and Fraps and all of these things now. So it was a giant process, but I'm happy to be where I am now. I'm happy to have those memories. I'm happy to have the knowledge that I grew up with. And it may not be the knowledge that people grew up with before our time, maybe the generation before us, but in the internet age, I think it's kind of cool to have the knowledge of YouTube before it became the world's biggest website. I mean, it's such a big thing nowadays that people don't understand how big it is. It really can change the world. It's changed people's lives. It's made time go by faster. It's let people laugh for no reason. So there's so many good things about YouTube, although it's changed so much and the channel is ridiculous and I don't like the current layout. It's still YouTube and it's still the best thing that probably ever happened in my life as of so far. I think it's really awesome and I'm really happy to be on here for almost 7 years. So that's my story about my first memories about YouTube. If you have your memories about YouTube, please comment them in the description below. I would love to read about them. I would love to read your first video that you watched. Was it one of my videos? Was one of my videos one of the first videos you ever saw about RuneScape? Please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your stories. And that's all for this video, guys. I'll talk to you in the next one. Later, everyone.